Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell and this is my review of Ready or Not. Now this film focuses on a young woman played by Samara Weaving. She marries into this really rich family, and as a tradition of said family, the night of her wedding they all have to play this game which ultimately ends up being hide and seek, and it has a deadly twist to it where the members of this family are all trying to find her and kill her to enact some ritual which has been laid out in their family for generations. And she obviously has to try to survive this night, and we have our movie pretty much. Samara Weaving is easily the best part of this movie for me. She does a fantastic job as this character because her character goes through some shit in this movie, because you just see how beat up she ends up getting just in the various encounters that she has to go through and things that she has to do in order to survive. It's just it's easy to see how much this character has to just deal with, and you see her just progressively get dirtier and dirtier. Her wedding dress gets ripped and torn, and if you just see her at the beginning of the movie, where it's like right before her wedding itself, and then at the end of the movie, it looks like two completely different people, because it almost is, based on how much she has to change in order to survive this night. And I also thought that Samara Weaving did a really good job showing just the emotional journey that this character goes on throughout the course of the film, because obviously when she realizes that this family that she's now married into is trying to kill her, she has as much of a reaction as anyone else would in regards to kind of being in shock and then freaking out, and you see her eventually just become this hardened character, more or less, and just kind of doing what she has to do to survive. But at the same time, she doesn't become like a super soldier to any extent, where she's just kind of gunning people down or anything. She is very much the same person physically in regards to kind of fighting capacity and everything of that sort, throughout the whole course of the film, but just the way that she is able to survive these various encounters begins to improve as the night goes on. The tone for this film is also very, very well done as well. I really enjoy just kind of how it doesn't take itself terribly seriously as a film, because you have this situation which is kind of ridiculous, where this family has to basically try to hunt down this new potential member, and it injects enough comedy into that situation to make it seem like the situation isn't as serious as it is. The movie doesn't take itself as seriously as it maybe needs to at times, but at the same time that does make it more likable in a sense, because the characters just kind of have witty lines. You have some character development between more than one character. You kind of get to learn the history of some of this family, and there's an opening scene which kind of ties back into things about midway through. Not as deeply as I might have thought it would, but you do kind of see some stuff come back into play. The film is a little bit predictable at times, I will say that, because there are situations where Samara Weaving's character, she gets into bad situations with other characters who are trying to kill her, and it's like, oh, there's 45 minutes left of the film. I wonder if she'll survive. And so it just kind of has things like that, which aren't necessarily the film's fault. It has to have tension-filled situations throughout it, but I don't know, stuff like that just kind of, it's starting to bug me with movies. I'm getting old, I guess. And then the ending, I thought could have been a little bit better, personally, because once it kind of ends up in the third act, there are like character twists which kind of bugged me in regards to certain people, and some characters didn't really have as much evolution or character growth or what have you as I might have liked out of some of these characters. I don't want to say it was disappointing with the ending, but it was a little bit more goofy, I guess, for lack of a better term, than I was really expecting it to be with the climax. But overall, I enjoyed Ready or Not. I thought it was a very fun, unique horror film of sorts, in regards to just this one girl having to survive a night of psychopaths trying to kill her. So you've seen other films of this sort, but just not in this elaborate of a setup or a stage. So I enjoyed it for what it was. It was a fun time. I definitely should check it out if you are interested in it. I saw probably the trailer like 20 times, just based on how many movies I went to see since the trailer came out. It was at the end of almost every set of trailers that I saw in the last like 3 or 4 months. And so that might have also been part of why I was a little bit disappointed, because it does show a lot of the film in the trailer, so if you can avoid that, do it. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Ready or Not. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Did you like it as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know. Let me know your kind of favorite campy horror film, kind of like The Strangers or Ready or Not, or anything of this sort. I love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe once again if you so choose. I appreciate it immensely. And as always, my people, my name is Nick Pell, and once again, keep on watching.